Hi everyone, it's Dr. Campbell, and today I would like to provide you with an introduction to dissecting the ICD-10 PCS Operative Report so that you can build your code. So step one of this process involves us actually dissecting the report. So today I have a patient who had a laparoscopic cholecystectomy with a true cut liver biopsy. So immediately I know I need to pay attention to what actually happened with the gallbladder as well as what part of the liver this procedure was performed on. Every report is always going to start off with the provider prepping and draping the patient in a sterile fashion. You're always going to see some type of anesthesia being provided. From there, I noticed that a small supraumbilical incision was created and the abdomen was entered. Now, this is important in terms of the surgical approach that's needed for ICD-10 PCS codes. So I'm paying close attention. The abdomen was insufflated, trocars were placed, and the laparoscope was introduced. So right now, I know that my surgical approach was percutaneous endoscopic. Now, you may be asking, why is it percutaneous endoscopic? Well, the physician made a small incision into the abdomen in order to insert the endoscope. That makes this percutaneous endoscopic. All right, so as I continue to read through the report, I noticed that the fundus of the gallbladder was grasped and retracted superior laterally. The cystic duct and artery were mobilized and isolated. Artery and duct were clipped to the level of the gallbladder and excised. A cholangiogram was obtained in real time fluoroscopically and demonstrated normal biliary anatomy. Now, I know you're thinking, well, isn't this a type of endoscope? And the answer is no. This is actually a type of imaging, and they use the real-time imaging to view the biliary anatomy, and they found that it was normal. The gallbladder was then elevated from the fossa with the electrocautery. When the gallbladder dissection was completed, it was placed in the endocatch bag. So let's pause here for a second. As you know, when we are building our ICD-10 PCS code, we must know what our root operation is. Well, for the first part of the procedure, and let me just let you know I stopped right here. For the first part of the procedure, I have found that the gallbladder was taken out. The documentation did not say that it was part of the gallbladder, it was all of the gallbladder. And in ICD-10 PCS language, that's coded to the root operation of resection. Now, the next part of this process calls for me to identify my body part. And in this particular case, my body part was the gallbladder. And then the next part that I need to come up with is, what is my approach? And I've already discovered that this is, and I'm going to abbreviate, percutaneous endoscopic. All right. From there, I'm going to continue reviewing my documentation, and I noticed that next, a true cut liver biopsy was performed of the left lobe of the liver. So now, remember in the beginning, I said it was liver, but I needed to know what part of the liver. I now know that this is the left lobe of the liver. I also noted that this second procedure was also done under laparoscopic visualization. So I'm going to write some notes again. Here I have a root operation of excision, because remember, excision is taking out part of a body part. And then the body part in question here is the liver, specifically the left lobe. The approach, I know, guys, that my approach is the same as the first procedure, percutaneous endoscopic. All right, guys, so what we've done is completed step 1, which was dissecting the operative report. Next, step 2, we must build the ICD-10 PCS code. In order to build your ICD-10 PCS code, you need an ICD-10 PCS manual. All right. From there, we are going to take the information that we've dissected from our operative report to come up with our code. So we have decided that we had a resection and we had an excision. So let's start with the resection first. And as it relates to the resection, and let's make sure you can see this. This is resection. And my body part was actually the gallbladder. The index is telling me to look at table 0F2. Our tables, guys, are always 3 digits. So I'm going to make a note here for the gallbladder. I need to go to table 0FT. And I'm going to write down 4 because 4 is actually the body part for gallbladder. While I'm here, I'm going to go over to excision and I'm going to look for excision of the liver. All right, here I'm under excision. Under excision, I'm going to go to liver. Under liver, left lobe. So then that gives me table 0FB. Remember, the first 3 characters are for the table, and the 4th character is the body part. All right, so now I'm going to go over to table 0FT. And here is table 0FT. And this was my resection of the gallbladder, which is a 4. The procedure was percutaneous endoscopic, no device, and no qualifier. So that means for the resection procedure, here is my final code. 0FT44ZZ. Next, I'm going to go over to table 0FB. And same thing. Table 0FB. This was the liver left lobe. It was also percutaneous endoscopic, no device. This was a biopsy, so I'm going to use a qualifier of X. So my final code for the biopsy is 0FB24ZX. So guys, to review, let's review the steps that we've actually carried out on today. So we indicated that step 1, we had to dissect the operative report. Step 2 calls for us to then begin to build our ICD-10 PCS code. Well, we identified our root operations, which then gave us our 3-character table. We then turned over to the 3-character table to build the rest of our code, and then at the end, we finalized our 7-digit ICD-10 PCS code. All right, guys, thank you for listening, and be sure to look at my other videos where we are dissecting more operative reports. Have a great day.